Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish back with some more Titan Quest. And I hope that you were here for the last episode when we reached Elysium. Unfortunately, the fields of glory, the paradise of the honored dead, are under attack. So we're going to have to take to the fields alongside the ancient heroes of Greece. People like Ajax, people like Pericles, people like Atalanta. We will fight beside them, perhaps. We'll figure out exactly what's going on at the other end of the fields, and since we have learned that Hades is apparently turned traitor, refusing to leave with the departure of the other Greek gods, we're going to have to find out where he is and exactly what his plans are so that we can stop him. But first, it's our little friend Admetus. Remember, this is the fellow who died trying to recover medical supplies back outside on the surface. And then we met him again later on in the City of Lost Souls and in the Tower of Judgment when he opened some doors for us and warned us about Cerberus.
It is good to see your face. So we meet again. In the happiest of places, and in the bitterest of times.
So, it looks like he got his wish. He finally is being considered a hero because apparently the judges let him through as well. Listen to that music too. That's the Elysian reprise of the main Titan Quest theme. I love it.
Once the way was cleared, the demons could not stop us. Shades, countless in number, feeling the pull of the newly dead, streamed into the tower. And everyone, through one gate or the other, or back the way they had come. I was the first.
Cool. Alright, well. It's time to get on out there and see exactly what's up. Oof. Oh, that's what's up. Oh, no. We don't like that. That is a lot of demons. Thankfully for us, because y'all chose Warfare and Dream, demons are the least of our concerns. Okay. Ooh. Frostbite Shrine, that'll be handy. Come on. Oop. Misclicked. A lot of these folks, and now that we have switched from Psionic Touch to Onslaught as our left click attack, I have to be careful because if we kill everything with Distort Reality when we're in the middle of a big fight, then that's going to cause our stacks of Onslaught to decay faster because I won't have targets left over to attack. Still hearing some fighting. Ah, here we go. We have these heroic shades doing their best to hold the gates against the Daemon army. Elysian soldiers. There we go. We're going to help them out the best that we can. Oh, you know what? I still hear fighting down here. There we go. Let's help these guys out. If we don't, I have a sneaking suspicion that they might not make it, so we don't want that. Because unlike some NPCs, they do in fact have hit points. Nope, 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 nope. And that meteor shower. They love it so much. It's almost like they know it's an effective attack. Haha. Okay, before we head into those caves there, I'm going to go back up and just really quickly grab the treasure I missed. Oh, it's so beautiful here, just like you would expect Elysium to be. Once again, the level design of Titan Quest just really continues to wow. Sound effects, the music, It's just all such really good stuff. It all comes together beautifully. Parenthean Armory. Why did I say army? Ooh, that's a bad shade. Bad. I wonder what they might consider the difference between a ghost and a shade to be, other than, like, mechanically, obviously they're different monster types as assigned by the devs, so that way, you know, they're going to be affected by various abilities. Shades are also undead, just like ghosts, but presumably a shade is like, you know, just the spirit of a dead person, whereas a ghost is like a restless shade. Well, either way, they're on the wrong side of this battle, which means that they are on the losing side. Because we did not come here to play. Today, we came here to win. If word is spreading ahead of us so that the heroes of Elysium know that the Titan Slayer was on her way, then presumably, given that the dead have things like the Necromenteon that allow them to scry outside of the City of Lost Souls and even to speak with the realm of the living above, then surely Hades, being a god, is going to know that we're coming too, so he is going to throw everything at us. What have we here?
These siege striders wander the battlefield and are cutting down our men like wheat. Took a major assault to destroy one. There are 5 left. They walk about the Anaslasian battlefield as they will. We are powerless to stop them. Please, destroy them if you can.
Oh yeah, you'll love these enemies. We still also... Yeah, we need to find this fellow in the Daemon camp. Lower Daemon camp of all places. We must have missed him because this is part of the Plains of Judgment. We'll have to go back and do that.
Without my chariot, I am forced to rely on messengers, and lately they have fallen to raiding parties. Our flank is in danger of being overrun, and he must shift his lines accordingly. A messenger must be dispatched to Ajax, and we need a capable warrior to serve as the escort. If you would accept this assignment, speak with me again.
Okay. We're gonna do that, but not until we clear the way a little bit first. Because y'all remember the last time that we had to deal with an escort mission, right? Oh, I just noticed our nightmare was gone. But yeah, you will recall that ordeal at the lighthouse outside the city of Rhodes. We don't want to get caught up in that again unprepared. So if they're going to make us escort someone, then we're going to do it on an empty road. Make sure we're not forgetting anything over here. Ah, it's so pretty. Oop. There we go. Another of the siege striders. Come on. Ah, I was trying my best to take him out before he got that shade. Well, there's one anyway. They remind me of the, oh, I can't remember what they're called, but the giant bugs that they drove around by cutting open its shell and poking it in the brain in Morrowind. Oh, there's another Siege Strider. Oh, no, no, no. Don't want that. Don't like it. Quit that. Honestly. Whoa! Oh, man, these things. I was worried that was going to happen. Those things are pretty tough. Just because they do exactly what they look like they do. They just really pump out the DPS. We'll be back, Nestor. Back in a minute. They're bad enough without ads. When they're surrounded by other mobs, it's like, no, thank you. See, look at those. They are much easier if you have ranged attacks, but you have to basically kind of keep moving. Whew. So if you stand in one place and attack them and they don't have other targets to spread the DPS out, like when we fought that first one surrounded by friendly shades, they'll focus all of those drops on you and it is unpleasant. If you're not careful, then you will absolutely die to the Siege Striders here more than you will die to anything else in this region. Okay, here we go. Weird three-legged things. And they count as a device, which means that things like distort reality don't work very well against them, unfortunately. Rogues actually have greater strength against them than anything else because they have that passive skill in the Rogue Mastery that actually increases the damage you deal to devices and traps. So the same skill that will help you increase your damage against, like, the Automatoi will help you here as well. There we go. Oh, that 1-2 combo. I love it. Essence of Persephone's Tears. Yeah, you may be wondering, what about Persephone in all of this, right? That too will be answered. Oh. There we go, we've got a healer. You know, it kind of is, actually. It's sort of what it looks like. Man, saving as many as we can. But yeah, when you say it like that, it makes me think of the... Oh, what's it called? I can't remember. It's the running joke teapot thing for the Garland Ironworks characters in Final Fantasy XIV. The something thermocoil hopper whatever mark X, Y, or Z. It's always going up. It's the angry teapot. See, the big blobs of fire that it just kind of gently throws out are not that big of a deal. It's when it starts scattering all of those little exploding balls all over the place. So you have to be careful. Watch out for the balls. Fury's Heartblood. There we go. I think we should have a full one of those now, actually. Oh, yes, I wasn't sure if I was going to get this one over here. Got it just in the edge. Okay, let's see now. We have a Tortured Soul. That's great. And yes, there we go. We have a full Fury's Heartblood, so adds vitality damage to all weapons. This one also has a 1 in 20 chance of stun, which is not bad. I don't think that it's, like, great enough to put it into a weapon over some of the other charms we've gotten. There's Persephone's Tears, so you can see it as well. Rings and amulets. Plus 25 less damage from undead. There we go. Poor Persephone. That's what that sigh was about. Okay. Alright, this way. There's another rebirth fountain up ahead. The Delian Meadows. I'm just gonna let your buddy up there just go for it, huh? By himself. There we go. I'm trying to help these guys as much as possible, because they'll also be useful if there are any additional spawns, or like, you know, when you're escorting the messenger, if something pops out at you and decides, hey, not today, hero. You might have a few allies left along the way. And it's just like with the Siege Striders there, they make a huge difference, even if they go down a lot faster than we do. Boom. Screamers, howlers. Man, they just laying all of these Furies' secrets out in the open. Excellent. Good. Right, that's what I was thinking. Like that joke of, what was it? Oh, my, I got a sweater for Christmas, but I really wanted a Screamer or a Moaner. It's a 12-year-old joke, but you always giggle. Come on, folks. Ooh, Impuce. I don't want to stand in their flames. There we go. Okay, we'll save that. I'm gonna head right on over here. There is the Rebirth Fountain. Oh, more of these guys. 2 on 1, that's not fair. Unless it's that same party. Here we go. Yeah, that takes care of that part. Okay. Ajax.
Usually Nestor sends word as to the progress of the battle. The fact that Nestor is silent should be a gift from the gods, but I fear it does not bode well.
So this is where we need to bring that messenger. Oop. That means that we have successfully cleared the way, so we're going to go back and get him in just a second. I want to take these folks off as well. Ooh. See, man, if they have any helpers whatsoever, those things get really nasty very quick. There we go, but we can use the Formicids to build up our stacks of Onslaught and then come back in on the Siege Strider. Haha! Excellent. Hey, get away, I'm trying to open this chest. There we go. Okay, now this side is empty as well. Or almost empty. And we'll grab these cave systems here in a minute. They are optional. We're going to do them anyway because there's not anything super great in there, but, you know, we're at a point where we definitely don't want to miss any potential, like, blue items or anything, so. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and drop our portal stone right here. Let's head back to the first Elysium portal. And we're just going to run right back over here and talk to Nestor. We'll pick up his messenger and then run him over to Ajax. We'll be done with that quest.
You have enabled us to hold this poor piece of land. I pray that the siege striders shall trouble us no more.
Me too, because they are awful.
You are noble through and through. Lead this messenger to Ajax in the Dalian Meadows. The battle depends on this, and if anyone can see him safely through, it is you, hero.
Okay, here we go. So now, of course, our auras, you can see, affect him. Just like they did with the lamplighter. Oop, I went the long way around. At the lighthouse. Unfortunately, he is just as squishy as that guy. Over here, my guy. There we go. See? If you kill all the monsters first, that's not difficult at all. It's a gimme
This is
quest.
dire news indeed. Nestor orders that my troops support Menelaus, but I cannot. My men barely hold this area from the monsters coming from those caves. If we abandon the area, they will be on our rear. More orders I cannot obey.
Okay, what are we going to do about it then?
I cannot shift my lines to support Menelaus at the Achaean Pass. But you could take a few hand-picked warriors and relieve him. Speak to Idomeneus. Take some men and hold that camp. The fiends are going to send every sword they have against it. And if it fails, we will have no chance.
Okay. Well, let's head back up here. We're going to clear these caves first, because over here is where we're actually going for the main plot. Let's take these guys out. That way, Ajax can worry a little bit less about his rear. Right? See, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like, I appreciate the offer, but honest to goodness, I'm worried that, like, what will happen to y'all. I'll be okay. They don't call our Harbinger the Titan Slayer for nothing. Oop. Go. Get out of here. You bother me. Go. Let's see, this just comes back out on the other side of the river. It's part of the same cave system. Right, exactly. It's like, no, I got that name for, you know... Oh, spider warning. Go. It's like, no, that's just, you know, it's my online handle. It's not really what I do. Okay, that takes care of that. Didn't want to leave that behind. Like I said, there could be blue items in there, so... But on the other hand, these are great Greek heroes. Who knows? Maybe.
Take these men. They are all we can spare.
Maybe they'll actually be of use. Come on. This way, folks. Just right up here. If you get too far ahead of them, they do teleport to catch up, but I still prefer not to leave them behind. Just because after they respawn, you know, it might make their AI a little bit wonky. There we go. It takes a moment for their programming to catch up with their new location and for them to decide that they're gonna shoot or help you, so it's best if we can just avoid that. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like it's kind of like saving the NPCs that you can. Like, it just makes me feel better about the process. It may or may not actually have an effect on the battle. Okay, let's head up this way. We're not too far off from the third of the Impusa generals. The next one, I think, is the fire one, maybe? That's not like why we're seeing a bunch more of the pyromancers, necessarily. Essence of the Shade of Hector. Okay. There we go. So against things like Siege Striders, they'll be useful, but against stuff like this, I mean, I'm not upset to have their help. You know, I would never have thought that if you hadn't said it, but since you said it, now it's all I can think about. Go, come on. How many of you do we have left? See, look at that, we've already lost 2. Oh, look at this. The damage that's been done to Elysium. See that? Yeah, we're going to see a bit more of that as we go on. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I don't know if that was, like, the deliberate intent, but it does kind of match up with a lot of the, both kind of the Greek idea of things and also just generic video game rules. Like, we're fighting the devices, the Siege Striders, and then the Fire General is the one who's in charge of this portion of the army. It does kind of make a certain sense. Alright, another rebirth fountain. There we go. I think that's the way we need to go, so let me... Yeah. Here we go. We're not too far off from Menelaus now. Whew, well, we managed to save one of them. Okay, there's Menelaus.
I was wounded in the last attack, but my men will fight as long as the banner flies over the hill. The chance to fight alongside a mortal who has journeyed to Mount Olympus will no doubt bolster their morale.
So yes, they will only fight as long as the battle marker stands. That is actually a thing. We're going to fight several waves of monsters here. You can already see them. We've got to take down the Siege Strider because that's the big one. That's the battle boy. Ooh. If that battle marker in the center goes down, that's not good. Stop pooping fire on me. There we go. This is another place where our double stun combo really comes in handy. Because while they are stunned, the NPCs can beat the crap out of them too, which is really great.
The enemy appears to have been driven off. No doubt they will return, but you have bought us time to rest and get reinforcements.
Hey, that's what we came to do. Phew, goodness gracious, that part is always just a little bit stressful. And yes, yeah, like that's absolutely the intent in the design. You can see that they are meant to be crowd control, so to speak. So of course, one person going up against them, all of that is going to be concentrated just on them. And you're going to have a bad time. They're not called siege striders for no reason. Okay, whew. Well, that went pretty well. All things considered. Welcome to Celestia. And we're doing alright on health potions, despite all the ways that, or all the ones that I have been chugging down. We're still above 50. Which is where I like to keep it for, like, Olympus and going forward. Get out of here. You nobodies. Oh, you see that one trying to build up stacks of Onslaught himself, and like, no, we won't be doing that. Ooh, you walked right into that, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay. Go ahead and pop into this cave system before we walk too far away from it. This is the Cave of Artemis. There's also a Cave of Apollo. In terms of what you're going to find inside, not necessarily monsters, but like treasure and stuff, they're fairly identical. As is appropriate, considering that the gods in question are twins. Man, these nasty things. Ugh. So gross. There we go. They'll have a little bit of treasure that we don't want to pass up, just because more treasure is always more better. Y'all know that. More spiders, however, is more worse. More badder. Ooh, get out of here. Those little spiders with their chain lightning effect. Don't care for it. Of course there's a pile of bones here. Of course there is. Boom. Man, I love that hammer's special attack. He snuck up on me out of the dark. I don't care for that. Okay, gather round, children. I love when the Nightmare's Confusion Ray takes hold, and they're just floating around like stabbing at nothing, wasting their time and their energy. I've said this before, but it works on some really surprising monsters. Creatures that I wouldn't think would be affected. Like, for example, the undead, you know. Or constructs. Like, it doesn't work on the siege striders, as far as I'm aware, but it does work on automatons. Okay. There we go. That's the Cave of Artemis down. Cave of Apollo is not that far away. Oh, look here. Come on, let's pull this aggro off this guy. Oh, there he goes. I saw the flash. Dang. Couldn't save him. Oh, well. Well, the thing about that is, as much as I hate it, like, I'm kind of glad that I hate it, if that makes any sense, because it adds to the overall, the mood and the atmosphere of this part of the game, is that you are fighting a desperate battle against what seems like an overwhelming force, right? So the fact that you're going to lose some people and there's nothing you can really do about it is not only tragic, but it's realistic. And each of those things enforces the other. Like, it's a very real tragedy that this kind of thing would happen, that it would play out this way. And it's tragic that it's real. Real that it's tragic, and tragic that it's real. That makes it good storytelling, you know? You can't be enthusiastic about watching the NPCs die, but the fact that you know, find it upsetting, and I want to put real effort into saving as many of them as I can. Preferably all of them. You know, that's... Oh. There we go. That's effective gameplay. You know, it's making me want to engage. There we go. Sorry, I was distracted by the giant ants trying to kill me. As one might be. They're quick, and they start building up that onslaught, and there's a passive, of course, that increases your speed while you have stacks of onslaught, so that means that makes them even more dangerous. Oh good, they got that one on their own. We're not going to get any experience points if an NPC kills it, but... Oops. But, we get the satisfaction of not having to watch the NPC die. And yeah, just saw that. Now that you've said it, yeah, if it's not Panic at the Disco, it's gotta be Fall Out Boy. I can almost hear it in my head. The tragic music is also very atmospheric. Speaking of Panic at the Disco. Come back here. There we go. A binding of dexterity. I find that to be unrealistic. Because if someone is bound, then they're not going to be very dexterous. Okay, so, see this door here, right, which is all busted up, and there's definitely more cave back there. We're not going to find anything on normal difficulty, but the Cave of Apollo does have something in it on other difficulty levels. I'm going to leave that for y'all to discover. I'm not going to explain that. You just please yourselves, as it were. Because I do want to encourage you to play the game for yourself if you have not already. And while it's not here on Twitch for the live stream, if you are watching this after I upload to YouTube, then the link where you can find the game is down below the video in the description. Academy of Sophocles. Oh man, nothing is sacred. See, look at this. Oh, come on, live. Yes, good. We saved him. He might not have needed our help. He looked like he was doing pretty good. Anything else here? Nope, all of this is blocked off. Oh, and look here. See this? Man. Wee! This is where it really turns from a series of battles into a war. Nope. 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 Move. There we go. See, check this out. That's like the wall at the edge of Elysium as the daemons are burning it back. So you can see, like, how awful the damage is that's being caused. Oop, Yuri's Heartblood again. We'll take some more of that. My nightmare's on cooldown. I don't like it. Where's my little friend? I don't want to be out here alone. I mean, we're fine alone, obviously, like you mentioned earlier, you know, but still. I like how this is very reminiscent of the early parts of the game when we first started back in Greece. Like in Helios. There we go. Come on out, little guy. What's that? Jewel of survival. Okay. Oh, he dropped a health potion. Nice. Very helpful. Thank you. Man, I wish we had a bonus to device attacks or to kill devices. Those things are so rough. So, this... Check this out. Very dark, very different. Look at that, the explosions and stuff, the shouting in the distance. It's very, very atmospheric. It's showing you the stakes. Like, this is what's up. This is what you're fighting against. Look at this. Actually out here on the front. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Man. This is like the Gimlet Dark. Oh. This is an area where you have to suck down a lot more healing potions too. Ooh. Ooh, do you see that though? Cinderbolt. Okay. Remind me we have that. We'll get to that in a minute. It won't be too much longer before we find that Impusa General, too. Get off me. That's my favorite part of the effects out here, is that occasional just whoomph, and you'll see a flash of fire as something passes over your head, you know, a fireball or whatever. It's like that right there. Ah. Really reminds you what's going on here. That you're not just... This isn't, you know, child's play. Oh. Philos Plateau. That's where we want to go next, so we're going to finish cleaning out the fields here first. Down these stairs. Gotta group them up, lead them all together. Oh, they got him again. Oh, oh, almost right on top of us. Did you see that? Hey. Now, on the other hand, there's a sound effect that we love. Did you hear that? Oh, pick it up before you go. There we go. Boom. Look at that. Nope, nope, nope. Ooh, I almost had a panic moment because I thought that our potions said 14 when they said 40. I was like, no thank you. Man, these Siege Striders are too much. Okay, we need to find a place to level up. I'm going to clear this out. Get us a little manufactured safety. Okay. Are we good here? There is a rebirth fountain over there, but I don't want to take a death because I'm just like standing here leveling. Whew-wee. Okay. I'm going to put both of those into dexterity this time. Let's see here. See, this is the buff that we don't actually have yet. So, we definitely need to put at least one rank into Warfare. Base damage plus 60 damage. I'm going to put another one in Temporal Rift because we're fighting so many demons that's going to help. It's going to help a lot. You know, I think we ought to put one maybe into Onslaught as well. Or maybe into Hamstring. Because that reduces enemy armor and defensive ability as we're hitting them. Oh, it's so hard to choose. So many good abilities, and we still have buffs and things like Crushing Blow that we need to put ranks into, or like Hew and Crosscut. Probably ought to put points into Dual Wield, just because we're not using it nearly as much as we could be. But at the same time, man. How much health? Let's see. 40% chance to dodge attacks. That might be better overall. Because our poor Nightmare really needs to... 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds of confusion. He needs some survivability. We're just all over the place. Because everything we could put in, you know, put points into would be helpful. Okay. Man. That's a really tough decision, y'all. We haven't put points in Dream Image in a while. We're going to need that very soon. We've not been using it a lot, but it's because... I mean, we haven't really been fighting a lot of bosses and things. I could use it against those Siege Striders, I guess. Give it another second of life. You know what? Let's do that. Okay. So let's see. We need to go this direction first. Excellent. I already feel the boost from that Temporal Rift because those being demons, they went down quite a bit quicker. There we go. Excellent. Man, this is just such an intimidating place to be, you know. It's really a great level design. Help these guys out. There we go. What are you still... Oh, okay. It's like they were shooting at something that I can't see. It's up here. Okay, well, we'll just come back to that. You know, honestly, I should be considering putting more points into Onslaught, because you can have up to 1 stack of the buff per rank in the skill to a maximum of 8. And so, of course, the more stacks that you have, the longer that you're benefiting from the buffs and the passives included in the skill in between encounters or in between trash pulls or what have you. So that way, you know, it has longer that it can decay before you start losing the effectiveness of it, which is always good. So I probably should do that next time we level up. Can I really not get, like, down from here? Anywhere? No? Okay. I need to teleport so bad so that I can just be like, over there. That's where I want to be. Okay. Alright, back this way then. Almost finished the fields. I'm going to pull out a distort reality for y'all. I will for you because there's 3 of you. Alright. We do still have just a smidgen right there. I want to go back and get it, but we'd have to go so far around. Okay, well. Got to get this part first anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ah! There we go. Come on out, clone. Yeah, it's going down much faster. With a little help from my friends, all I need is just Ironian Highlands. Oh, I saw torches. Is this the way we're supposed to go? I forget. I was thinking it was the Philos Plateau, but maybe we need to actually go this way, in which case we got to go back first. Come on, loser. Alright, fine, here. This is like the battlefields in Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. Where you're defending the mountain and then later on defending the castle. Or I said Diablo 3 and 4. Diablo 2 and 3. Ah, I love this music. That main theme again. Another remix. Okay, here. This is like right here, so I'm going to grab it. There. That way if something happens and we die, we know where we're coming back. Okay, but we do need to go back, though. It's going to be a bit of a walk, but we got this. Come on, man. Ah, see? The trash pulls get bigger in this area, too, so it really has like a frenzied feeling to it that I love. Feels very intense. It's stressful, but like in a good way in terms of gameplay. Okay. I think, yeah, we're clear-ish for now. So let's head back. Back down this way. Got plenty yet to do. Oop. Ooh. Oh my goodness. The train's working against us there. And they've all got that poison aura. I hate that. There we go. That looks like the perfect place for a distort reality. Haha. Shoo-wee, okay. Take these traps out. I think... No, it's not this part. I was almost about to say that I think this is the area where right around here is where we would find the general, but that's not the case. Okay, I still do want to go back and get that little bit there, but I can do that later because that's probably just me being finicky. Okay. Back around past the rebirth fountain and up the stairs. We're going to head to the plateau. Sometimes navigating these vertical platforms can be just a little bit on the finicky side. Rather than clicking and dragging your mouse, it's often better to just click and let the pathfinding take care of it, because they will find their way up there. Oop. Aha! There's the general. See, she's on this side. And if I'm not mistaken, like I said before, I think this is the fire general, not the soul general. I believe she's the last one, as you might expect. Ooh, see the light beginning to change a little bit. Oh, hey. Medallion. I like the shouting and the clamor you can hear in the background of them yelling, "Steady, men!" There she is. Let's take out her ads here first, or not ads, but minions. We don't want her to have any help. Especially not from these soul carvers. Because they have some nasty spells. Okay, let's get to it. Come back over here. There we go. Got her. That was the easiest one so far, I think. Oh, okay. Got the flame stone. We just need one more. Just one. That fourth one should be quaking in her boots. Because we've already taken out all three of her sisters. And it's like, there's 4 of you, and, you know, now there's one. That should tell you something. Hopefully that sends a message. Oh, actually, we could just go back this way, and it'll be a little bit closer to our destination. Because... Yeah, we want to come out on that side, so let's head down here. There we go. Excellent. Now we're going to head back to that rebirth fountain that we hit up just a few minutes ago. Which is going to be, yes, the gate's right up there. Okay, I'm going to put a portal stone here just in case. And just thinking that's we're quite a ways from a portal. Dang it. Okay, well this part right here you can't really get. It's just that little bit right there. So I'm going to let it go. Oh, look at that. Check it out. See that down there? Alright, let's cut through this last little bit. Still got a lot of fighting to do. Okay, here we go. Now we're caught up. Phew-wee. So many demons. There we go. Wasn't sure if I was going to get that guy at the end there. Floor cache. Well, I guess it's chest cache, but once you open the chest, it becomes floor cache. Oh my god, stand still. An alala. Ooh. Okay. When we have some time, we need to review our equipment and see if we've picked up any upgrades, because that's going to be very important pretty soon, actually. Boom. They're so aggravating when they just run around, won't stand there and let me wail on them in melee. Like, what even is that? That's rude. Gotcha. A poisonous Hades blade. You would think that they would all be. That's like saying the flaming hell sword. Like, well, I mean, surely yes. Go. That's alright. That's what our anti-demon paralysis spell is for. So they'll stand still so I can hit them. Ooh, the big guy, the Grandmaster Archer. Those are the ones that have always got to go down first. Whew, see? Heard her health get low. Don't want that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ooh, more troglodytes. Been a while since we've seen them. Because we've been away from the, whatchamacallit, the Stygian marshes and things. Oh. A jailer. It's alright. Go free. Okay. Argolis. Making good headway. And those Grandmaster Archers just do not stay put, even more than the other ones. Of course, they've got the rogue mastery, like I wouldn't stay put either. They would be fools to do so. That doesn't make it less irritating to have to fight them. They're running all over creation. I always feel comfortable when I know that, like, I'm powerful enough that I can do risky things like gather treasure and pick up loot in the middle of combat, when realistically I ought to be focusing on killing enemies first. Oh my gosh. Wow, there was... It was just not taking my right click for distort reality there. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It's not my mouse. You see me just, like, hanging out, standing there. Okay, we've been up here. Oh. See, there it goes again. Phew. Okay.
We are on a mission to create a diversion for Odysseus. There is an important daemon, a Melanoe blood queen, in this camp who has command of the area. We were sent to destroy her as loudly as we could, so Odysseus and his men would remain undetected near the gate. If you would lead the charge, hero, I would be honored.
Okay, here we go. Right down here. They're gonna go for her, so... Let's do what we can. There we go. Got her. Oh. We lost every single one of those NPCs, I think. Gross. Okay, well. That's okay. It just means we have to walk forwards instead of back to turn the quest in. Because we got her before they got us. NBD. Okay, we'll step right back down here and let Menestheus know that we were successful.
Today is indeed a great day. I have no doubt that Odysseus has succeeded in finding a way for you to enter the city. All will soon be well again in Elysium. Someday, I will tell my descendants of the day I fought for the honor and glory of Elysium, shoulder to shoulder with the great Titan killer.
Nice. I like that sentiment too, the idea that, you know, like, everybody dies, so someday I shall tell my descendants, because they're going to be here in Elysium with me. Okay, that's where we need to go next, so we're going to head over here. Pick up our tombstone. He said with resignation. There's going to be a couple of her henchmen left. That's the one, the Blade Maidens, I think, are the ones that got us. Okay, majestic chest. Cash, cash, cash. Anything else good at all? Not really. Oh well. I was hoping for, you know, some kind of recompense. You know, a consolation prize, as it were, because I died, but that's okay, I guess. Ooh, Iron Will of Ajax. We met him. He did seem to have an iron will. Can confirm. There we go. Running a little bit low on health potions, but we still have over 30, so I'm not going to make a special trip back, like, just to buy healing potions yet. And we need to sink some ranks into Warfare so that I can unlock Ardor. Get that movement speed up. What's this? Okay, that dead ends. Oh, I didn't pick up our tombstone. If I hadn't seen that on the map, I would have forgotten about it. We went down there where we were intending to go, and it was covered up by treasure, and I just didn't get it. Go over there and pick up the tombstone. There we go. Here we go. This way. Once more into the breach. There we go. Man, this would be a lot easier if Distort Reality would go off when I actually click the button. I know every bad gamer says that, you know, it's the controller's fault, but I swear, just in this one instance, I don't know what's up. It's very frustrating. There we go. Awesome. You're free. Go. Anything good in this one? Nope. I love that it drops, you know, thousands of gold pieces, and I'm just like, oh man, this sucks. This is a lame treasure. That's the that's the Yuffie voice from my Final Fantasy VII series, where Specific Pixel is playing through for the first time. So of course, man, there we go. I clicked all around her in a circle and could not click on her for some reason. So of course, it's lame treasure, because if it's not materia, it's not good enough. Right? And y'all, that series is a treat. If you are not watching, he's never played the game before, and he's playing now for the first time, and it is so much fun. And in the last episode, he made me do some ridiculous voices. I say made me do. Like, I started doing some ridiculous voices, then he was like, okay, well now you're committed, you have to keep doing them. And I was like, am I? It's like, yes. So, but yeah, all of our streams are at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, swing by on Mondays to check out Final Fantasy VII if you haven't already. If you're not doing that yet. And definitely be sure to join me on Saturdays for Might and Magic 7 as well. Woo! Check this out. They have claimed a big chunk of the camp. Excellent. Excellent. So many quests. There's Odysseus. Okay, well first we'll talk to
There is a
Eurylocus.
secret we have learned. Although they are his own creations, Hades may rule daemonkind only within his kingdom. The moment a daemon would set foot upon the living lands, its own wild heart would be its only ruler. Knowing this, crafty Hades fashioned 5 crystals, the shards of Erebus, to project the force of his godly powers above, where they were never meant to be. If you were to destroy these shards, his countless legions would be like arrows with a broken bow.
Okay. So, destroy the 5 magical MacGuffins, and the armies in the surface world will break. That'll be a huge help.
When Hades conceived of his plan, he imbued 3 of his most powerful Makai with some of his own powers. What we fear is that even were Hades defeated, these generals would have power and will enough to take charge of the armies and lead in the place of their lord.
Well, we can't have that, so we'd better destroy them too.
Well met, hero.
My squad has made it to the outer gates, and we have arranged a way to make a door. We have waited only for your arrival. Behold!
Get ready. Boom.
Inside you will find an unlikely ally. The song of Persephone sometimes floats over the walls, and she sings of betrayal and imprisonment. She sings of chains, and she pleads to join the other gods. She has always been good to us in Elysium. I would not see her suffer so. Free her, and she will no doubt give you aid.
So there we go. Now the question is answered. Why? Why the tears of Persephone? Well, because, unfortunately, looks like her husband is not treating her very well. And, y'all should know my feelings on that. I don't care much for fellas not treating their women well. Ooh. Okay. You might recognize that laugh. Love that door. Check it out. Look at that. Got to watch out for that soul breath because it does deal damage over time. Once he fires that off, then that's when we run in. There we go. Our nightmare is holding the aggro. Excellent. Come on, little guy. Ironically, this version of Hades or of Typhon is so much easier. Okay, don't get cocky. Don't get cocky. Oh, don't like that. There's the cage. Okay, we've almost got him, though. There, that should be it, I think. Haha. Phew. See, the undead version is so much easier, and not just because we are more powerful now than when we fought the original living Typhon. He's undead. He has different attacks. Overall, he's, you know, because he's a sub-boss. It's really just when he cages you and turns that, you know, that soul fire on you. That really sucks. But otherwise, his other attack's not that bad. Check this out. Gauntlets of Implacable Will. Well, you know we gotta check out a new blue item. 144 armor. Oh my goodness gracious. 7% chance of 51% physical resistance. Big time fire and poison and slow resistance plus 24 strength, which is more than we're getting from the Lazarus bracers. Bonus to dexterity, offensive ability, and bonus to attack speed, which is actually more than the Lazarus bracers as well. So we finally got an upgrade. Boom. Now, of course, that means that we're going to lose the set bonus from the Lazarus helm and the Lazarus bracers, but that is okay. What that also means is that we are now free to consider using a different helm, like perhaps this one. There we go. See, check that one out. Way, way more armor. Bonus to defensive ability. And it adds Warhorn. Whenever we hit low health, we get a free use of Warhorn. Once again, now, it's going to reduce our defensive ability, our energy, and our intelligence a little bit, you know. So we may not use that one specifically. We may use a different one. But we are now free to do so. Phew-wee. Okay. Well, so why did we have to do all that? Check it out. My lady, look at that.
Bless you, warrior. You are a hero indeed. When Zeus commanded the gods to depart, I thought I was finally free of this place. I tried to convince him to join his brethren, but dreams of conquest clouded his mind. Finally, I sought to leave without him. He could not bear a world without me, so he chained me here. He still thinks that I will see his triumph and join him. This I will never do. Persephone, the breath of spring brings new life, not war. And I am powerless against him. It is you who must defeat him. Let his hubris be his downfall. Enter his palace, stand before him, and release us from this madness.
There we go. She's going to open the gates.
Make haste. If Hades learns that I am free, he will come for me and unleash his power. He must think he has already won.
Well, first things first. Portal time. And of course, Hades is lord and master over all of the wealth and riches of the earth. So you can see here quite a bit of that going on. Whew. Well. So you can see here they are using the classical misinterpretation of Hades and Persephone as Hades is almost like her jailer and Persephone doesn't want to be here and Persephone herself is like pretty powerless. Why is the portal not working? There we go. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so, you know, that's not really, if you dig into Greek mythology, that's not the way that things are. And in fact, if you dig far enough back, Persephone herself is, you know, arguably a goddess of death, or a, you know, a goddess with much more power than she's presented to have here. Like, she probably could have fought Hades and maybe even taken him. But, you know, you have to have a bad guy, and so they chose to go with this version.
As a spider.
Okay, so this is definitely an upgrade from both of the rings that we have on now. I hate to get rid of the Hardy Loop of Insight, especially because it gives a bonus to intelligence as well, but this is such a big jump, because this is even better than the robust seal we have in our other slot, that I think it's worth it. So what we're going to do is we're going to say goodbye to our Hardy Loop of Insight. We're going to retrieve the Ankh of Isis from it.
You are always welcome.
And we're going to put it into this new ring.
Relics of the living. Let me see those.
Recover relic or charm. There we go. And now this is going to go into that. Boom. And look, see, we have to have a ring that has that ability because that's what's allowing us to use the Foreman. But at the same time, what a big jump. And all it cost us was 10 intelligence, which we can spare. So, no harm done. Man. And so here we have picked up, that's the formula for the Skyfire pendant, which I think we may have just been carrying around. I don't think that's new. But more importantly, Cinderbolt, another new lesser artifact. Essence of Amun-Ra's Glory, Hag Skin, and Rigid Carapace. Increases fire and burn damage, pierce resistance, dexterity, health, and energy. So it's another fire-based one, similar to the Molten Orb. I think that one of the greater artifact recipes that we have might call for Cinderbolt, actually.
Hold the cart myself.
God, thank you for that. Let's see. Song of the Serpent, Crystal Tear, Leaf Song, Death Rattle, Chaos Cube, Scroll of Frailty. Oh yeah, you know, we probably ought to try making that one. I think that might be the first greater artifact we actually could perhaps make, because we have almost everything we need for the Chaos Cube. Shroud of Eternal Night, the Pale Moon, Soul Shiver, Death Rattle. There's the Chaos Cube. We just need Dionysus's Wineskin, which somehow we wound up, like, we're one short, I think. Okay, well, looks like it'll have to wait for a little bit then. Let's go ahead. Fury's Heartblood. I really dig that stun resistance. Because it's only a 10% chance, the lightning retaliation is not that big of a deal, or that big of a loss if we trade it out. I hate to lose the intelligence and the defensive ability, but the defensive ability over on the other side is almost the same, so really all we're giving up is honestly the 22 intelligence. Now that's a big drop. But weird rhino helm. We look kind of like a Hadean unicorn. I think overall it's going to be better. Because our combined armor, yeah, look at that, jumps up to 529. Now, we are losing, unfortunately, quite, you know, all of that energy, but I think that it's for the best. And we can sell a stack of those energy potions too. And there we go. Now, do we have a better helmet? I don't think we do at this point. I think we're wearing the best equipment. Okay. It is what it is. I think I'm going to have to give up and make a mule. Look at this. It just... because none of it, where I'm only playing with this one character right now with y'all, you know,
Does not end with life. Look at the fields before you. Great deeds as ever there were.
yes, thank you. But, Yeah, just, you know, I'm only playing this one character, so that means that none of the equipment that we have saved up is graduating on to another character's, like, possession. It's just kind of staying where it is.
Worthy of the staff.
We need to keep our eyes out for a scroll of frailty when we eventually find one, but for now, let's see. Okay, so we've got these two side quests. We have access to Hades' Palace, but first, we need to go back to the Daemon camp. Y'all somehow managed to miss that side quest. We can't have that. Yeah, this is the Lower Daemon camp, so he's here somewhere and we just missed him, and I don't know how, because he should have a marker on. But real quick, while we've still got that shrine active, there we go, kill her again. And we only need one frost stone, so I'm not going to pick that other one up. Okay. Now. Okay. Chaothonimus in the Daemon camp. Somewhere in the Lower Daemon camp of all places. Okay, so... Oh my god. There he is. This is literally, we went up there to fight the boss and then just didn't come back down here all the way, and he kind of blends in. He was right there. I must have walked right past him. I'm so sorry, y'all.
A human hero, and not even dead yet. First the Shades came to me for help with their little resistance, and now a mortal wants to do me a favor. Fine. There's an envoy carrying an important message to Presea in the overworld. It is destined for the Daemon army camp. Most likely you will find it passing through the Veil of Mourning. Kill the envoy and bring the message to me. I can use the information to further my aims and the aims of the Resistance.
So there you go. He's one of the Makai, and remember, he was described as having a quote, skin condition. Okay. Oh, there we go. Envoy Cor Larut. There we go. There we go. There we go. See, simple enough. Simple enough. Now we just take that back to him. And it's all good. Okay. It's going to be fastest to just walk back the way that we came. Now you can see what I mean earlier, where like I've discussed in previous episodes of the series that Titan Quest is not generally a game where you need to do a lot of farming or grinding. It's just not really required. You've seen how, generally speaking, you know, I am pretty much at the level of power that I need to be throughout the game without really having to go back and deliberately hunt for a specific drop or to you know, kill extra enemies for experience points. The only time where that has been distinctly not the case is when we fought Typhon. Just because Typhon is a huge, like, a huge roadblock or speed bump or whatever you want to call it. So this is what it's like to go back and farm. You can see how easily we're tearing through all of this stuff. And this is an area we traveled through, like, not that long ago, y'all. But, I mean, we've gotten some good treasure on a very short walk, and we've run through here so quickly. I mean, look what a difference just a couple of levels will make.
I sent one of my strongest messengers with that message, yet you defeated him. Good work. Now the Resistance can use this information to raid another supply line. And the raid cannot be traced back to me. After all, the message was intercepted by a mortal.
See that? So that it was his message.
It would seem that working for both sides is paying off. Should the Shades and Mortals actually win, I will be hailed as the one daemon who helped the winning cause. If not, no daemon will ever know that I helped.
Man. Well, fair enough. Okay, back to Elysium. There we go. So now we've almost got 2 of these. We need another Cunning of Odysseus, too. Because, see, that total damage? I really want to put that in Sabretooth, because so far, we have picked up so many different, really good one-handed weapons, y'all. And just none of them have been as good as Sabretooth. We have been using it for so long, since way before Typhon. And it's because of that bonus damage, that very fast speed, and that almost a 1/3 increase to attack speed. So even though its other powers are not that impressive, so, you know, if we could, because it is a greenish-yellow item, it's a monster item, it's not even a regular green tier equipment, we could put something like Blade of Thanatos in there, whereas the blue items, you know, those can't be enhanced by relics and beast charms. But whatever we put in there has kind of got to stay, because I really don't want to sacrifice Sabretooth to get it back. So it has to be either a charm we're willing to give up if we find a better charm, or also, like, if we were to need it for something like an artifact recipe, it's not coming back out of Sabretooth. We're not going to destroy Sabretooth to get it, because we're going to need this weapon for who knows how long. And then also, if I want to give it to another character, I mean, I can't guarantee it'll drop again in another playthrough, so... There we go, another completed Fury's Heartblood. This one is 33% slower attack versus the 5% chance of stun. So... Oh, man. We have some other weapon relics, but... See, like, this one's bows only. A lot of them are just armor. Armor. This one's weapons. I wish we had a completed Anubis's Wrath. That's really good, because to stick health drain on something that hits that hard and that often, man. Bleeding damage, not bad. Poison damage. I really want to put the Blade of Thanatos in there, which is why, because that's a very good one. Just a bonus straight up to damage. If we can find another Blade of Thanatos, we'll have 2 completed ones, and we can choose something maybe other than the flat 14 elemental damage, if that's better. Or we'll know that this is the better one for to actually go in a weapon, and we can save this one to use in an artifact recipe or something. So, that's why I said that is a very important relic shard.
Array yourself in the vestments of the great.
Jewel of Essence. +2 to Volcanic Ore, but that's a pretty good fire staff. If someone's using the Earth Mastery. That's also a very good ring. Not for us, though. Dang. Man, we have really built up just a whole treasury full of things. Oh.
You are always welcome.
Look here.
A true hero! You are welcome here, friend.
We did have more of the Chill of Tartarus. Now, see, I thought we had some. There, now we have a completed Chill of Tartarus. Oh my goodness gracious. That goes in your weapons too. Bonus to cold damage and slow, plus additional slower attack for 3 seconds. Oh, if we can complete another one of these, that might be what goes in Sabretooth. Because you've seen how incredibly effective a Frostbite Shrine is. And it will be less effective against big bosses like Typhon, because they are going to have slow resistance, just like they have stun immunity. But we'll still have the additional cold damage. And for trash pulls, that could make a huge difference, that slow. Oh, man. Blade of Thanatos is probably better overall, just because, you know, ramping up pure damage is always useful, and that is going to be effective against things like Typhon. But it is what it is. We'll see what we come up with. And we will find out exactly how this is all going to pan out when we come back for the next episode of Titan Quest, because it is that time, folks. Yup. I can't fit all of Hades' Palace into this episode, so I hope that that means you'll join me next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time, here in the United States, for the final chapter of Immortal Throne. We're going to wrap up this expansion pack next time, I hope, if all goes well. And then it's on to Ragnarok, the next and one of the newest expansions for Titan Quest, which was made many years later after the game was released. And that's definitely a part of the game that I want to show off. So there's plenty of Titan Quest left. I'll look forward to seeing you here for all of it, but especially next time. And until then, as always, thanks for playing.